Hello, welcome to another video. I had an idea. My mom bought some new matcha, so let's make a matcha drink together while I have breakfast and I update you about what's been going on. Here we have this breakfast station. First we have some pomelo. It's red pomelo. Here we have my matcha station. We have our matcha whisk. And this is the Uji matcha that my mom got from Japan. Scoop, sieve, and bowl. I think that's about everything. It smells so good. It smells like seaweed. It's actually a really nice bright green. Nah, I know how to make my matcha. So I prepped some hot water over here, which is probably lukewarm by now, but it's okay. Currently, I am doing my Part B exam, as most of you know. I would say that in comparison to Part A, it's actually much more doable. I think it's just because we're not going so in-depth into each topic. It's very brief. It feels less difficult, even though the quantity is there. So I think the difficult part is getting through everything and making sure you are good at each topic equally. So far I'm about 54% done. I know it's very specific because I have a tracker for that. Essentially what's happening is I'm attending one of my cousin's wedding in China in literally just like under 2 weeks. I really wanted to finish my syllabus before that. I know it's quite a an ambitious goal given that I haven't had so much time to study, but let's see how it goes. Hopefully I can get about 80% by the time I leave. I'm quite excited about it. It's just after a while, watching all those lecture videos can get really tiring as compared to cramming 5 subjects in 4 weeks for Part A exam. This is much better. We have a longer runway, which I really like. So nowadays, I'm just trying to balance my time between, going out, spending time with my family, friends, because I think this is also my last holiday before I start training, before I start work proper. It's kind of like an odd feeling because you know what's about to come, but you're also technically supposed to enjoy this time. And I think so far, I've been doing a pretty good job at it in terms of having fun and balancing that life. I've also been trying to balance my life with other interests. So I've been coming up with interesting projects slash side hustles ideas that I've been working on. I'm very glad that I actually have the time to do it now, which is kind of sad because in 3 months time I might not have the time to do all these extra stuff. This time during the Part B has given me the space and time to think about what else I want to do outside of law. So I've been trying to get back into finance, learning about it, because I was really interested in that in JC, but life took a turn for me when I got B for math, and it was like, no, you're not going to do finance because you're not cut out for that. So that's how I turned to law. I wanted to re-explore that, I got some books on it. I started reading a few of them. I've also been, in preparation for my cousin's wedding, going back to playing the piano because we're doing a duet performance. It's been a while since I've played the piano leisurely. I used to play when I was young. Let's just say I didn't really love playing the piano back then because I was forced to do it. But now, having the time and growing up, getting a new perspective, getting some space from the whole music world has kind of reignited that spirit, that curiosity into music that I used to have. I think I'm slowly starting to fall back in love with playing my instruments. So I've lugged out my Chinese instrument, this zhongran. I've started playing my guitar, electric guitar, piano, and it's like, wow, there's so much more to life, right? I wish I could do that, forever, but maybe I'll get bored of it. Green. I'm not gonna put milk because this is good matcha. I wanna try it. A taste test. Wait, this is actually insane. It's a bit concentrated. I add a bit of water. Let me tell you how it tastes like. It tastes like seafood. What else have I been doing? Oh, and of course the YouTube channel. I've been trying to upload more frequently. Trying to think about all these ideas, all these videos that I want to make. Honestly, people are going to ask me who do you make videos for? Like, nobody asked. I feel like for me, even if there's no one watching, that's fine. I just want to put it out there. I think it's a great way to like keep your memories. Doing videos is a nice way to summarize everything. So like 20, 30 years down the road, when I look back, I'll be like, oh, that's how I was. I would remember myself quite differently from my own impression of myself versus looking at the video. I think videos are a nice way to like freeze time. I guess even if no one's watching my video, this is what I'm doing it for. Of course, there's a plus if someone's watching my video, then hopefully you benefit from it in some way or another. I've also picked up reading, which is crazy, but I have not finished an entire book in like 10 years at least. At least. When I read books, it's because I need to study for something. Like in law school, they would ask us to read like this textbook and that. I've not come close to finish reading them because I always just jump to the important abstract, or I just go to like case summaries. I really very seldom read books because it's gonna sound crazy, but I don't really like reading. I know I'm in law. People have told me that, oh my god, you don't like reading? You're in it for a ride. But I think I want things to come to me fast. If there is a faster way than reading, trust me, I am going to do that. That I said this before, I'm a visual person. I like colors, I like graphics, I like videos. Black and white is really not it for me, but I tolerate it. It's not that I can't read. I think I'm a slower reader than most law students out there, which puts me at a disadvantage, I think. But I like to believe that I'm a slow reader because I'm a careful reader, and I'm a careful reader because I like to understand everything the first time I read it. I hate it when I read through something, I'm like, I don't understand half of it. But it's definitely something I can train to like read faster. I've never been very into reading leisurely, like reading non-fiction, reading just anything that's outside of necessary, like anything that's outside of school. Because I always find there are other forms of media that are more engaging, like this TikTok, YouTube. It's like, why do I have to go grab a book and read it? It's like 300 pages long. And then I realized all the content that we consume online, they are not very deep. It feels very superficial. It feels very on the surface. So after a period of time, I don't think like I've gotten smarter or I've gotten like better, or it doesn't feel like my brain is getting filled with more information as I'm consuming this content. So like something's missing. I want to sound smart, you know. So I picked up a book. I told you I was getting into finance. I actually finished reading it. I don't think you understand how difficult that is for me. And it's not because I forced myself or anything, it's because it's a really good book. In case you're wondering, it's called The Psychology of Money. Me and my friends were talking about this. Some of us don't like reading. How can we get into it? So for a very long period of time, I actually didn't want to read because I felt it was pretentious for me, because if I don't like it, why do I have to do it? I don't want to just like come off as, oh, I'm smart or something. I want to be inspired. I want to be motivated. I want to read about something that's like, oh, I've never heard that before. That's a good point. So I think that's been missing for a long time. And now that I have the time for it, I'm like, okay, let's give it another shot. You just gotta start off with a topic that you like and a subject area that you're interested in. Now moving on to psychology. I'm reading about this book about narcissists. And it's so interesting. And I really must say that I've learned a lot. It's helped me like reframe my mindset in so many ways. If you can't afford therapy, at least you can get yourself a $30 book from Kinokuniya. That's the way I think about it. This is another breakfast favorite that I have. So it's like a granola thing, which is really healthy, low calories. It's chocolate flavor. It's really nice. It's actually delicious. They have another one that's savory tomato flavor. Love it. I don't even like granolas. So the only thing that is bugging me is I haven't been working out. And that's because I'm not supposed to after my surgery for like 3 to 4 weeks. So now I'm on a rest period. For someone who's relatively active, in the sense that I try to do at least one type of workout, like to move around. This has kind of placed me out of my routine. I don't really like it because if you keep up your eating but you reduce your workout or like activity level to like practically zero, I'm gonna gain some weight. I don't feel the best, I just feel very nah. I've been baking. I know all of these like side hobbies, they just like appear out of nowhere. So I baked focaccia bread from scratch the other day. A month or two back, I was baking like cakes. I think I've gotten the baking bug. It's quite fun, very therapeutic, but I'm just very glad that I'm not the one doing the washing. I'm really grateful for my helper. If not, cooking and baking, as fun as it sounds, is a chore. Oh yes, I want to update you guys about my back pain. So I've been doing acupuncture, physio as part of my rehabilitation, and so far things are going pretty well. My physio has told me that I'm getting better. and we're gonna move on to more strengthening. We're aiming to get me back to some of my old movements in the gym. I've literally been staying away from those for like months, or probably a year, since my back pain has got worse. But this day is very manageable. My back pain doesn't get triggered so easily. I've gotten myself a better setup. I think just my habits in general have improved. I'm very proud of myself for that. In general, I would just say things are going pretty well. And some days are really good, but other days are just kind of like meh. Like, you feel very tired for no reason. Feel very sian. So just to let you know, in case you guys don't know, when you are doing your bar exam, you're technically not employed by the firm, if I'm not wrong. But my firm still pays us like an allowance as puppy students. So from the day that you start your course, which is like in July, up until December, they pay us about $500 a month. Better than nothing, and I think that's the standard practice, to give an allowance. But yeah, I think it just bothers me that I'm not having any income, because I'm like 24 years old. It's not young. I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not in school. I've graduated, but I'm also not working. So I get why I'm not earning, but it just feels uncomfortable not having an income. Like, to survive on $500 a month for half a year or more as a full-grown 24-year-old, I just think that's a really odd concept. It frustrates me because, you know, it's not like I don't want to work. I am literally so eager to work because I want to earn that adult money, but I can't because of the system and track that I'm on. I'm in a very privileged position because I get Papa Mama allowance at the ripe age of 24. I kind of have to, because on $500 a month, I don't think you can survive in this city. I get allowance from my dad, but I'm very lucky because not everyone has that, which got me thinking like, then it must be so much worse because you have to go out there and work part-time while studying for the bar exam. It's actually insane. I don't know how that's physically and mentally possible. I'm just very lucky that I'm in a position whereby I can still, you know, have a decent amount of allowance even though I'm not working. And even though I would really much like to, but I can't because I have to do this bar exam thing. It's just a very awkward phase, and I don't think a lot of my friends in the other industries experience this. I'm pretty sure I complain about this a lot. It's weird because it's not like as if you're not doing your best. We are all doing our best, and we're all doing the best that we can at this time. But it's just that it doesn't correspond to like financially what you're getting. A lot of trainee lawyers in other countries go through this as well. But I don't think it's as bad as Singapore. But there'll probably be a whole video about this, how much we earn and stuff, if you're interested. That's it for today's breakfast. I really need to start studying. Last night I didn't do any studying at all. I already feel guilty enough for that. I need to get back to studying. Let's aim for 60%. Okay, this is what I do. I set unrealistic standards for myself and then I fail miserably to achieve them. And then I feel bad, but then I look back at it, be like, oh, actually it's not too bad after all. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next video, and I hope you like this chatty matcha making session with me while I spill more about my life.